Hi, Internet. Today's subject is for virtual, what you're watching on a virtual stream. What's up with that DM? What's going on there? We already talked about why DMs talk so much sometimes. Even if they're trying not to, sometimes they have to. But what's up with that DM? They're not describing something. They're jumping ahead. Let's see, what's other things you see. Uh, I can't hear what they said. What are the play? What? Why are they? What? Why is he just stopping? Okay, lots of things happen when you live stream. Everything happens. For me yesterday, I was live streaming, just chilling, painting some little minis with other guys who were painting minis, and you know, everyone's just BSing. That's what you do when you do paint groups things, right? Talk about everything. And so we're all sitting there shooting the breeze, talking, and dang nabbit, if my at some point my headphone didn't unsync, and so I was getting their information at a different time than they were saying it, and then I would go to say something, and they would end up making a garbled mess, and I tried fixing that for the life of me, and I couldn't. And then later it worked right, Did a lot of live streaming last night or listening to live streams all day because I was painting. I still have tons of ships to paint. I am painting a mega fleet, 2 mega fleets. That's not even all the spaceships around here that need to be painted. But I'm trying to get these particular mega fleets done so we can have a really cool thing where I play a game and we review the game. But I wanted the fleet to look cooler than they come just in red and green plastic. So Granny's working on it. So technical difficulties happen. So when DMs suddenly there's a lag issue going on. Maybe too many people in their area are trying to use the same internet gateway. I actually kind of know how the internet works a little bit. It's surprising what things you learn in life. But at any rate, there's just too many people streaming information on the same system, and so things lag. Also, distance can make a difference. Ever watch NASA TV and they're talking to somebody up in space and there's that lag time because of the signal? It's a thing. You don't know what technology is being employed to get the image to your screen sometimes. What that image and the audio and the video has to go through to before you get it. And all the places it can go get kind of scrambled up a little bit. So our group tries to role play through that stuff. We try to act like, when we finally get the DM back, that something is happening that on our end. But technical difficulties happen. So that could be a thing. So keep that in mind. And you will often see sometimes people accidentally start to talk over each other. And if they figure out that's happening because of lag and the DM was the one who was talking first, you will see them stop talking. That's what's going. We're working through technical difficulties. I'm sure we're not the only stream who tries to work through those technical difficulties in a let's not mess up the immersion as much as possible. Now, why didn't the DM describe the town? Let's say the town. Let's say that's the scenario. Well, let's see. If in the previous episode, the DM or a previous episode described that town, and nothing has really changed between, say, episode 6 and episode 7, other than now the town's on fire and people are running around screaming, let's say, and there's dead bodies in the street. That's the information you're going to get. Because the previous episode, it was, hey, this is on this street, this is on that street, this building looks like this. You know, it's a waste of time for a virtual game to constantly repeat the same information. And we're back to the episode where I said, take notes. So when you're watching live streams and you don't know what's going on, it's most likely that that information was in a previous episode. And the party knows what's going on. We know where we are. We know what we're doing. We're already imagining it. The live stream is not really being done strictly for the benefit of the audience. You know, we are playing a game and we do have time schedules. So that's going on. So repeating the information when it's unnecessary is a waste of time. Straight up. Why should the DM do that? And then it makes the DM talk longer. Big complaint. Oh, the DM talks so much, right? So that players often have. So why would the DM subject us to that if the DM's aware that the extra information isn't needed unless we cue him somehow that it's needed? Okay. So keep that in mind when you're watching episodes. Expect to be lost if you haven't watched previous episodes. Expect to be lost if you speed through episodes. Like, you're going to miss something. Okay? Even if you're playing it 2 times so that you can still hear, if you're not capable of keeping up at that speed of discussion, you're probably going to miss something. Okay? So that's why people take notes. All right. Those are like main things that I can think of off the top of my head that people have pointed out or asked. Why do things seem to speed forward? Well, you know, depends on the style of play. Some people want to do a lot of description of the trees and the chipmunks and all that stuff. But then they're the same ones who complain that other DMs talk too much. I mean, seriously, you can't have it both ways. You can't sit there and say the DM talks too much after they've already told us in a previous episode it's autumn. So we're already imagining autumn. You know, we already know the trees are orange and all that stuff. So unless there's something stands out that's different, it's not going to be mentioned. The DM is probably rolling off screen for random encounters on the way. The dice have already told him what's going on or not going on. So an hour walk, time-wise, is not going to be described all that significantly. We're just going to be like, hey, you get there. You know? So we can keep the action moving. I mean, it just comes down to that. But on the other hand, there are things that were quite well described in one of the episodes, including the clippity-cloppity of the horses. So, you know, but if you speed through stuff, you're not going to catch any of that, and you're just going to say, they portaled somewhere. No, nobody teleported or portaled. They walked. Dice rolls were made. Just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. So, reality. And, you know, how much extra talking do you want to take up the gameplay? Or do you want to get to the part where the characters are interacting with other characters, PCs and NPCs? You want to get to where they're trying to solve mysteries and trying to figure out the best way to do something. So that is what's going on when DMs are doing things that you can't see them do. Just like when there's a screen. Well, when we have Virtual Land, there's an automatic screen between what you can see and what you can't see. So that's what's going on there. I hope that helps explain stuff. Remember, watching previous episodes might answer some questions. You know, you might need to take notes, though, to find out how big the temple is when that information was given out. So later on, when you're in the same temple, you're going to go, yes, I already have that information. All right, everybody have a great day. Peace. Take it easy. Bye.